April 25th, 1973, a night like any other in the small town of Enfield, Illinois. But for Henry McDaniel, it was the beginning of a chilling encounter. The night was as dark as the unknown, and Henry McDaniel was about to step into its shadowy embrace. He had little idea that his life was on the brink of an eerie twist that would forever mark his existence in the annals of the town's folklore. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, the kind that precedes a storm, or in this case, an encounter with the inexplicable. McDaniel was about to come face to face with an entity that defied all logic and understanding, the Enfield monster. It was a creature as bizarre as it was terrifying, with 3 legs that seemed to defy the laws of biology. Its 2 short arms, almost an afterthought in its design, ended in claws that held an ominous promise of danger. Its skin, a grotesque shade of pink, was an unsettling contrast to the darkness that surrounded it. In the light of day, the story of the Enfield monster began to unravel. The initial shock of the encounter gave way to a more systematic approach. Investigators descended upon the small town of Enfield, Illinois, their curiosity piqued by the strange tale that had begun to circulate. In the aftermath of Henry McDaniel's chilling encounter, tangible traces of the creature's presence were found. Footprints, unlike any animal native to the area, were discovered at the scene. 3-toed and oddly large, these footprints added a level of credibility, a physical evidence to the unnerving tale. But was it enough to confirm the existence of such a bizarre creature? The question loomed large, casting an eerie shadow over the quiet town. As the investigation progressed, another witness emerged. A young boy, his eyes wide with fear and fascination, claimed to have seen the creature. His account seemed to corroborate McDaniel's story, and for a moment, the town held its breath. Could there really be an unknown creature lurking in their midst? But as quickly as the hope rose, it was dashed. The boy, perhaps caught up in the thrill of the moment or the allure of the spotlight, admitted to fabricating his account. The revelation sent a ripple of disbelief through the community. The footprints, the boy's lie, the unexplained encounter, it was a tangled web that left more questions than answers. The investigators were left at a dead end, the trail of the Enfield monster seemingly cold. The town was left to grapple with the unknown. Whispers of the monster became the backdrop to their everyday lives, the mystery hanging in the air like a thick fog. The line between truth and fiction began to blur, leaving the townsfolk in a state of unease. The Enfield monster, real or not, had already left its mark, and its tale was far from over. As the news spread, theories started to circulate, each more bizarre than the last. The enigmatic Enfield monster, described as a creature with 3 legs, 2 short arms, and an appearance that defied logic, had the entire town of Enfield, Illinois, spinning tales of what it could possibly be. One of the most prevailing theories was that the Enfield monster was an escaped ape. The number of legs and arms matched, and the peculiar behavior could be explained by a primate's natural curiosity. But the description of the creature, particularly its size and the way it moved, didn't quite align with the characteristics of any known ape species. Another theory proposed was that the creature was an errant kangaroo. Yes, a kangaroo in Illinois. This theory was bolstered by the fact that kangaroos are known to have a powerful leap, which could possibly explain the creature's peculiar mode of locomotion. But again, the physical description of the creature didn't quite match that of a kangaroo, and the geographical incongruity further undermined this theory. Then there was Henry McDaniel, the man who first reported the encounter. He had his own theory, one that was far removed from the earthly confines of apes and kangaroos. McDaniel truly believed that the creature he had encountered was extraterrestrial. His theory was met with skepticism, but in a world where the possibility of life beyond our planet is increasingly being considered, who were we to dismiss his claim outright? These theories, from the plausible to the outlandish, swirled around the town, each one adding a new layer to the legend of the Enfield monster. The lack of concrete evidence added fuel to the speculative fire, prompting more questions than answers. Was the creature a misidentified animal? Was it a figment of collective imagination, spurred on by local gossip and social contagion? Or was it, as McDaniel firmly believed, a visitor from another world? Amidst the speculation, the mystery of the Enfield monster only deepened. The creature remained elusive, its true nature shrouded in uncertainty, its existence a tantalizing enigma that continues to captivate and confound to this day. The town of Enfield was gripped by fear and fascination, leading to a wave of sightings and search parties. After the initial encounter, the whispers of the Enfield monster spread like wildfire through the community. The quiet town was suddenly abuzz with stories of the three-legged creature, each one more spine-chilling than the last. Residents reported seeing the creature in their backyards, creeping through the woods, and lurking in the shadows. Some even claimed to hear its eerie, metallic cry piercing the stillness of the night. The town was on edge, and the local authorities could not ignore the mounting tension. They organized search parties, combing through the dense Illinois woods, flashlights piercing the darkness, hearts pounding with anticipation and dread. They walked for hours, their eyes straining to catch a glimpse of the creature that had come to haunt their town. But despite their best efforts and the increasing number of sightings, no concrete evidence could be found. The footprints that once marked the creature's existence were washed away by the rain, leaving the searchers with nothing but their fear and determination. It was as if the Enfield monster was playing a cruel game of hide and seek, always one step ahead, always out of reach. Some residents clung to their guns, their eyes wide with fear as they scanned their surroundings. They were ready to defend their homes, their families, against the unknown. Others held their breath, hoping that the nightmare would end, that the creature would disappear as mysteriously as it had appeared. And yet, despite the heightened vigilance, the Enfield monster remained a phantom, an enigma. Its elusive nature only fueled the intrigue and speculation, leaving the town in a state of perpetual unease. The streets were quieter, the nights longer, and the fear palpable. In the end, the search parties returned home, their faces etched with exhaustion and defeat. The sightings dwindled, but the legend of the Enfield monster lived on, its memory forever etched in the minds of the residents. Even with the town on high alert, the Enfield monster remained elusive. The tale of the Enfield monster, a chilling saga of fear and fascination, leaves us with one question: myth or truth? Let's take a moment to recap this enigmatic tale. In the quiet, unassuming town of Enfield, Illinois, a creature of unimaginable strangeness was said to have appeared. On a fateful night in April of 1973, Henry McDaniel reported a confrontation with an entity that defied explanation. It was described as a three-legged anomaly with short appendages, seemingly not of this world. Shots were fired, footprints were found, and for a brief period, Enfield was held in the grip of a terror that was as palpable as it was inexplicable. But then, a twist in the narrative. A young boy, initially corroborating the account, admitted to fabricating his report. The once solid story seemed to waver, and the line between reality and invention blurred. The incident sparked a flurry of theories. Some proposed the creature was a misidentified animal, perhaps an ape or kangaroo, lost far from its natural habitat. Yet, Henry McDaniel himself believed it was an extraterrestrial being, introducing an element of the otherworldly into the narrative. Subsequent sightings and organized search parties continued to fuel the mystery, yet no concrete evidence was ever found. But what if the Enfield monster was a product not of physical reality, but of collective imagination? A sociological study later cited the incident, suggesting a phenomenon of collective behavior and social contagion. Could it be that the tale of the Enfield monster was amplified and distorted by local gossip, transforming an ordinary event into an extraordinary legend? The Enfield monster, real or not, has left an indelible mark on the town of Enfield and the annals of urban legends, forever shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Whether it's a case of misidentification, an extraterrestrial visit, or the power of collective imagination, the Enfield monster remains a chilling testament to the allure of the unexplained.